Thank you. To you, sir.
Okay, thank you, Sonu, for taking this responsibility. So I'll briefly introduce, since we are going to talk about individual platforms and how to use them, the real power and the different features. There are speakers who have vast experience in them. They'll talk about them. So I'll briefly put a background about what are the kind of choices we have. So first thing is who makes the choice about what platform to use. So this can be there. You may be in one of these three situations. You are a team leader, or you are a course in charge. That you are in a. Sometimes teaching is not being done by an individual teacher. There are curricula and there are multiple teachers teaching, giving a course, and they have to coordinate with one another. In that case, there is a team leader who is in charge of the course, and he or she will make a decision about what platform to use, what is the format of the course, etc. And if you are teaching using e-learning as a part of the institutional program, many universities and institutions have their own program, coaching centers have their programs, and they use online platforms to deliver their contents. So again, in that situation, you have to decide with the policy of the institution in which you're working and follow that. And third is, that is the typical situation that most of us are right now, is individual courses where we are responsible for our course and we decide how to deliver our contents based on the student's background and other factors. So what are the factors we have to consider when it is the choice lies on us? So when you have to make a choice, you have to first understand your requirements. What is your need? What are your circumstances? So what is the purpose of using online content? What are you going to do with your are you going to give single lectures and just make videos and standalone videos that you want to share with your students? Sometimes you might feel that your videos cannot be seen by many students who do not have the bandwidth connectivity, as the Vice Chancellor mentioned. So in that case, you might go for audio-based communication. You might want to record some audios and share with your students. And also you have to consider whether you want to do a one-way communication. That is, you say something, you record and you share with the students and let them listen to that. Or you want to have an interactive session, whether you want to have a feedback and you want to have a question answer. And this interaction itself may be active in interaction or a passive interaction. So by active interaction, we mean that you ask a question or you listen to a question in real time and you answer that question immediately. Passive interaction could be in the form of a discussion for a forum that people write a question, you answer that question at your convenience, and then again there can be a sequence of questions and interactions. So this is more like a passive interaction in the sense that it is at the convenience of the participants. Second part, as Vice Chancellor also introduced, the evaluation part. So what kind of evaluation you want to conduct? You want to do a multiple choice questions. You want to have short answer type of questions. You want to give live question papers, or you want live question papers where you expect the kind of speed of the answering is also important. How long a student takes to answer the given question, is that also important? Or you want to give them a take-home exam where students have all the time in the world to answer and look up for the material and answer. So this is also whether the platform that we are choosing has those features or not. And the evaluation is a real-time evaluation. It could be done through a Viva, through an interview. So all this, so you have to consider, you have to look for a platform which provides for all these facilities that you are looking for. So I have grouped the types of solutions that are available to us in three groups, and I'll go through them quickly one by one. So I have given to myself half an hour to do, so I'll try to cover them three groups and list up these solutions that are available. So first, I could call them, if the whole slide is visible to everybody.
Yes, it is visible, sir.
So the top is visible?
Yes.
So So I call it Talk and Leave platform. So Talk and Leave platform is solution group 1, which is a lecturing platform. As I said in the beginning, that you just give a talk, you record the talk, you put a video and let people just watch it at their convenience, or not necessarily at their convenience, but just maybe one time, or they can only listen to you while you're speaking. So a speaker comes live for the duration of his lecture and leaves sometimes there is no trace of or recording of whatever he or so some of these platforms which provide this facility also have an option of recording by the host, the administrator, or speaker for sharing it later or for editing it and sharing it further. So in that list of things, activities, so the foremost could be the very simple platform like Facebook Live. So Facebook and other live sessions allow you to deliver content in, to do real-time, what is called streaming of your lectures or interviews or material using basic camera facilities. Now, even a simple smartphone has a powerful camera which can stream very high-quality videos. So you can do a Facebook live streaming using your standard Facebook account, or you can create a separate page for yourself and then deliver your Facebook live sessions to that. So, and sometimes there will be concerns that your Facebook live sessions will become too public for viewing. So you can also set the privacy settings to restrict viewing by public or groups in the same way as your Facebook posts. So viewers can comment like in the real time. So this is one thing that when users are looking at these videos, um, they can make comments in the live. So I just show you a very brief clip how it works for those who have not done this Facebook live sessions. And so it's taking longer time to load. I think it takes too long, so I'll just skip this part. Okay, so what actually happens is that there is when users are attending a live stream on Facebook, they will see a speaker speaking in real time or any video you can do, and then they can in the real time make comments and make likes and any other. So, but Facebook Live also allows you some more controls than simple one way of commenting. Yeah. Yeah, so Facebook live streaming, you have it is advised that you schedule a live stream. You have to announce a timing. At this time, you are going to be live. It is not just any time you go on. Your users do not know that you are presenting something. So a live stream can be scheduled up to 1 week in advance, and the tool that provides this is called Live Producer. And one should do scheduling ahead of time to make the audience aware of upcoming broadcasts and to more easily connect with your stream begins. So what a few things that users can do, although there is a lot that goes into Facebook live stream and how to improve this. One important thing is that you can moderate your comments. Then when people are making comments, they can quickly write comments. So you will have lots of comments and people cannot read your comments. So you can choose the option of slow commenting, And you can have a discussion-based commenting, and you can have you can restrict who can comment on your live stream. So only followers can comment, for example. Restricted commenting and protected commenting. So these are the options available to you. So another live streaming option is YouTube. So there is something called YouTube Live. YouTube Live is an easy way to reach a large group of people in real time. And again, YouTube Live cannot be done just started. You have to enable a live stream in your YouTube account or a YouTube channel. And it may take, it doesn't become live immediately. You have to do it 24 hours in advance. So you can do live streaming on YouTube via webcam, mobile, encoder streaming, etc. And you can choose who can see your live streams. Again, it is not, it is one thing that once you put it on YouTube, it will be public. You can always make a list of people who can use, who can see your videos, and make it private. And you can also disable comments by going into the private mode. And these streams are automatically archived for later viewing. That is, these videos that you upload in the form of live streams remain there for later for others to see later. So this is another advanced feature, which is called the live video, which comes in the Facebook actually. And this is, you can use partner tools such as multi-camera streaming and other things. These also go. This slide belongs to Facebook Live actually. So there is another option for our live streaming. This is Instagram Live. So Instagram Live is also a similar. The streaming that you do through Instagram, that goes as Instagram stories. So you do not have to actually alert anybody. These will, when people log into their Instagram accounts, they can see a list of stories. And people who are interested in your story, they can click and see your streaming. So again, this streaming video is in real time, and you can replay video later on, and then followers can send comments just like this. So this is these are three examples of how you can record your lecture, how you can do a real-time lecture without having to actually record or do anything sophisticated. You just go online to a live stream and give your lectures. This is the solution when you would do. You would opt for when your purpose is only to give a lecture and to do a minimal interaction. So only interaction you have in this case is just receive comments and possibly reply to them when you want. So there is a second group of solutions where you talk, listen, and talk back solutions, the meetings and webinar platforms. So, and Wikipedia page has a comparison sheet for all these solutions that are available. So, connect right now. So when you want to look at a solution, which solution you're looking for, you have to look at the licensing number of the capacity, how many people can participate, whether this operating system that you're using is compatible with that or not, whether you have audio support, whether you have video support, what is the quality of the video that this solution provides you. So there are a few features which are typically available, and these detailed features of one of these platforms or a couple of these platforms will be talked about by the speakers later on. So you have to, the broad set of features which come across for these meeting solutions are whether do they have a chat support? Do they have a sharing, desktop sharing like I'm doing right now? I'm doing a screen sharing. So do you have a screen sharing or desktop sharing facility? Many of these solutions also provide a whiteboard that you can just write like you write in real time. You use a whiteboard and you can, so this Zoom, for example, provides this feature. And this whiteboard can be used by the participants as well as the speakers in the same time. So, and then what kind of material you can upload while you are holding these meetings. You can upload PowerPoint files, you can upload PDF files, document files, and co-browsing that you can simultaneously, the participants and the speakers can browse at the same time. Mobile device, so some of these solutions may not work on mobile devices. And there is a feature called breakout sessions that in a large group of meetings, you have a small number who have a special interest or who want to discuss a specific topic. So you hold a breakout session and you go there in parallel. What are the security concerns? Encrypted, whether the communication that you are doing on a given meeting platform, is it encrypted or not? Can somebody intercept and decrypt your communications. So host meeting from mobile. So sometimes you do not have to have any video or audio connection. You just give a phone call and you can participate over a phone call as well in these meetings. So cloud-based, so these recordings can be done on or downloads can be done, VoIP, embeddable, etc. So these are the options that you typically look for. And there is a nice page on I could not open here, but this page shows you that comparison. So as you see here, the list of options that you have. So I'll just name them and direct you to the Wikipedia page to look for what features they have. So some of these solutions like Adobe Connect, AT&T Connect, AnyMeeting, Big Blue Button, Cisco WebEx, LogMeet, GoToMeeting, Meeting, Genesis Meeting Center, Glance, Hangout Meet, SCL sometimes, iMeet, Intricol, Jammy. So you see a whole list of meeting solutions that are there in the market. Some of them are free and some of them are paid. Some of them are paid for beyond a specific number of users, etc. Some of them have like GNU public license. That means you do not have to have anybody's server. You can download and install on your own computers and use these solutions. So there is a whole bunch of solutions which are available, and based on the requirements, there's a list of features that I just showed you. So what kind of features they have, what are the features you actually need? Do you really need a whiteboard when you are giving lectures? So perhaps it is not all the features that you need all the time. You need only a small number of features for your meetings. So you have to understand in the case of your lecture, what are the features that you will require? So you may want to have a light solution which is not feature rich, or you may want to have a solution which is feature rich, or you may want price may be a consideration for you, or the number of participants may be a consideration for you. So in that case, it is good to browse this particular page and look for what exactly are your requirements. That is recommended. So then Zoom is one such platform that Sonu will talk about later on. So I just give you another example here, WebEx from Cisco. For example, it allows up to 8 webcast videos at the same time. So if you are running a meeting which has parallel sessions, so you can have multiple parallel sessions. When participants join this meeting, they can choose they want to go to this meeting or they want to go to the other meeting. And in parallel session, they can go hop from one session to the other session. So this is very good for organizing seminars and big conferences. And another powerful feature that WebEx has, which I've listed here, is that it can also do translation for you in real time. So it can do a chat text, it can provide. So actually, Google Chat also provides, uh, Google Meet also provides subtitling of your communication, for example. So while you are speaking, sometimes my accent may not be good, maybe may not be audible to you, my voice may not be, my pronunciation may not be good enough for every user, or sometimes I may not be fast enough to, or my speaker may not be from the same native language. So in those situations, it is very useful to have subtitles. So in Google Meet, for example, you can do subtitles. In WebEx, you can actually do translations. So it also has a secure encryption as well as optional passwords for your webcast. But again, the feedback, the user reviews, when I did the research on this WebEx, they say that resolution during screen sharing is sometimes affected. And to have a better screen sharing, you have to download certain plugins. So again, you have to see whether you are really going to do a lot of screen sharing or not. If screen sharing is not your concern, then you do not have to bother about it. So it is individual scenario that will decide whether you want to go for one solution or the other. I just listed a couple of other solutions here. Global Meet, which comes from PGI, it allows you for personalized meeting. It allows you to single sign on to different tools that are provided, and these are the features. And then there is another here, S Talks, which gives you up to 25 high density video feeds. Screen sharing again with annotations. So screen sharing can be just like a PowerPoint sharing. There can be whiteboard share based, and you can simultaneously two people, the participant and the host can simultaneously edit. So that is effectively very much like in a classroom, two people, one you call a student and the student writes something on the whiteboard. So that kind of scenario can be created on these meeting platforms. The Zoom can provide this and many of these features.
Professor Shandar, can you please make it as a full screen slideshow? Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I was saving my margins actually. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
So I got, so just to give a look into this, that these a typical solution. They will have a starter package which is free. In this example, you will have free up to 100 participants, which is free for 40 minutes limit, and MP4 local recording is free. And then for standard, they will charge you something like $10. So different solutions will have a different price. So when you make a choice, you also have to look how many participants will typically join your lectures. How long will be your lectures, and what do you want to have that kind of recording? Can your purpose be solved by a free solution, or will you have to go for a standard solution very soon? So this is what you have to plan yourself ahead and see what solution, because once you start with one solution, there is something called transfer cost. That is, from one solution going to a new solution, you have to have some new learning curve for yourself, for your students, etc. So you get kind of attached to a solution with which you start. So making a good choice of the first solution itself is a good idea, at least for the duration of the course that you're teaching. So next, the third group of solutions, which is the final in my three categories, is the end-to-end e-learning solutions. So end-to-end e-learning solutions are complete solutions for providing complete course through online methods. So then you can create your courses, and you can also sell your courses, so your contents. So there is a large number of solutions available for end-to-end course content development. So some of them, these commercial solutions I have listed here: Thinkific, Active Member 360, Articulate, Member Mouse, Memberium, Teachable, Learn, Kajabi, Adobe Connect, Udemy, Captivate, etc. And some of them are also provided by our own public resources like MOOC, etc. So, and Moodle, as Sanjay will cover later on. So what these courses end-to-end solutions do, they provide you basically, they make you an entrepreneur in the field of e-learning. And so you can create courses. That is the first part, how you create the contents. And once your content is ready, you can enroll students and deliver your contents, market and promote your courses as a business. So see how these are different is that in the earlier case, when you are just doing your lectures, you are arranging some talks, then you give a talk, you forget about it. There is no course duration, there is no course enrollment, and there is no evaluation. So it is not a fully structured e-learning program. It is a more kind of a supportive program where you have your own program of teaching, and you are using the online media to share your contents. Here it is very structured. You set the objectives of your course. You also let the students evaluate how much progress they have made in their course and what portion of the course has been completed. And the students can go at their own pace, and they may go very fast if they are capable, and they can go slow. You can keep a duration of the course, and you can divide it into chapters, etc. So as an example here, so I give you this um, one of these courses. You can easily create the course that I have shown here is Thinkific. So you create and customize courses. What you do is you can quickly upload, drag and drop contents. So what kind of contents are there in a typical course, which comes as a key content? So you have videos, which is very much like you do in meetings and all. So, but these are pre-recorded videos. You also can give quizzes. You can give Typeform. Typeform is also a company which allows you to give your forms real-time and inputs. You have Articulate. This is another company which provides you some connectivity to the e-learning contents. Captivate. Discussion, you can do discussion over this. You can give tests, you can give survey, you can connect, you can upload Google documents and down. So now you can customize your courses, private and hidden courses. You may have private courses. So many of these courses, like you may have seen Coursera and other things. So these are full courses which have a free content and which have a paid content. Same way you can have a private and hidden courses, and you may have different premium okay, up to this is free, and up to this chapter this you have to pay, and this is for the beginners, and this is for the advanced users. So you can have prerequisite lessons. You can also, this courses also have advantage that you need not have one instructor but for one course. You can have multiple instructors. So different perspectives of the same contents can be delivered by different instructors. For example, the drip schedule contents, again, you give contents gradually based on if you have done enough learning from the first chapter, you go to the next lecture. And you can form cohorts, people who discuss with one another who are at the same level of competence, and the contents can expire as well. So again, to have a look at if you want to deliver your content through Thinkific or any of these solutions. So Thinkific, I'm just giving you as an example. There are all kinds of solutions. More or less, these solutions are very similar in one way or the other. So the features may differ only slightly. So you also have to look about their pricing. So whether the test driving of this is free, but then for the basic thing, again, $49 per month. So this gives you an idea about how much you have to pay when you go for a specific version of your subscription in these courses. And there are also other public sharing contents, like you have more flexible uh, courses which you can do through Google Classroom. Google Classroom does not necessarily ask you to make full-fledged lecture courses, and it's not very hard structured like the things I gave you just now, like what you can do in Moodle, for example. But it is also a very convenient way of sharing your content, multi-dimensional and different types of contents in a single lecture. And Arnab will cover this course tomorrow. And Moodle is another solution that we have been talking about. So it's a powerful tool where you can give tests, you can give assignments, you can have discussion fora, you can have or videos, you can share URLs, you can share web pages, you can make students write assignments. So all kinds of contents can be given in one single solution, Moodle, and this can be practically done for free. And then MOOC and SWAM, again, this will be covered by Sheila Sharma. So this will come later. So I end my presentation with this remark that there is a whole range of solutions. 3 groups I presented today, and there is a range of solutions from very light solutions to very advanced platforms for e-learning. One topic that I have not covered is the security concerns. So some of these perhaps will be covered by Sonu Semi, but perhaps we can have another session. But some of the security features for the meeting solutions are covered in the wiki page that I referred to. So this can be addressed. I'll just make a remark that many of the security concerns can be addressed by understanding how a given platform works. So before we start using a platform, we have to look at how it works, how people can enter into a particular meeting room, what are the password features, what is the data exchange facilities, etc. And you also may have to decide your choice of your solution based on the internet resources that are available to you and your students and the team which is joining your course. So I would say that in such cases, a minimalist solution has to be used. So with this, I end. Thank you very much. If you have
Thank you very much, Professor Shandar. Now I would request colleagues, you can raise your hand if you have questions, or you can type. We can see there is a question from in the chat box from Mr. Saurabh Kumar Tiwari. The question is, since Home Ministry has raised concern related to Zoom meeting, what are your suggestions to those who are using Zoom meeting, and what are those concerns?
Yeah, so yes, the ministry has issued some advisories about how to use Zoom in a secure way. So there is no specific ban on Zoom as such. So we have to actually, I think this topic will be discussed at length later, but I can make a quick remark that no solution is fully secure. Every solution comes with certain vulnerabilities, and those solutions which become hugely popular, they are the target of hackers. So we have to be aware about how a particular solution is working. And if we use these solutions carefully, there are specific advisories, like when you start a meeting, like one precaution we took, we did not send you the meet Zoom links from the beginning of the workshop. We shared with you last night. So this is one precaution we take. If the Zoom links becomes public, many unauthorized users can use that link and enter into the meeting and share some nasty. So these are it is also about how effectively we can use these tools, and even being aware of these features, we can make the best use. And of course, there are some solutions which are more vulnerable, which have been hacked before. So just being aware of them, and but so like SIM card can be cloned, for example, but it does not mean we have to stop using phone. So we have to just be aware of the vulnerabilities and do the best we can.
Next question is from Professor Kutubuddin. He says, is security threat rumor?
No, it's not a rumor. Of course, security threat, as I mentioned, that every solution, the moment you go online, every solution has vulnerabilities. Even the bank accounts that you use, the ATM cards even the plastic cards that you were using earlier, which were not used online, plastic cards that you were using, credit cards and debit cards, they had vulnerabilities. So we have to work with this. We have to be aware of those vulnerabilities and use them with all our consciousness.
Yes, the next question we have from Nilika Mehrotra says, which solution is most suitable for personalized interaction, say a group of 10-15 students?
So I think this topic will be covered by Dr. Saini later on. He will be talking about Zoom and others. So I'll not pick up one right now, but there are multiple solutions, and I gave you the comparison sheet. I'll direct you to that comparison sheet that is there on Wiki. So for just a small number of participants, if it is just one-way communication, you may use YouTube or you may use Facebook Live. But if you want to have an interactive session, I gave you a list. You can use Zoom, you can use WebEx, or you can use Google Meets. So these are the solutions. I think more of this discussion will be there in the next lecture soon.
The participant with the name Yeshi is asking, is JNU to buy some of e-learning platforms?
So, JNU already has an e-learning Moodle platform and other platforms. Sanjeev will talk about it tomorrow. So if you want to develop e-learning contents, that would be, Moodle is a very good solution, and I'll encourage you to start using.
There is one user called admin. First of all, we request you to please rename with your, please name yourself, because admin is again not a name. You have a question. We will be glad if we can download your PPT presentation. I was unable to write all the points. So this was the request from the user that if we can get the PowerPoint presentation of Professor Shandar.
Yeah, I'll share that with you. So I'll share with you through email afterwards. After this workshop is over, we'll collect the presentations from the speakers and we'll share them.
There is one question, how safe is Zoom with Ms. Shubham or something like that? How safe is Zoom? I think I'll take that question to me later on when I'll be presenting this. I'm covering this part. Next question is from Priyanka Kachla. Sir, which platform is best to conduct online Viva?
So online Viva, if it is just one-to-one, you hold Viva also in multiple ways. Sometimes you call 3 or 4 people and do a Viva, and sometimes you do just one-to-one. And also the format will also depend on whether you have one examiner or multiple examiners holding the Viva at the same time. But it seems to me that any meeting platform would be suitable for doing this kind of exercise. So this will be either Google Meet, or you can do Zoom, or this kind of solutions.
Next question, we're having a lot of questions, and thanking to you for the wonderful presentation. Next question is from Muhammad Zia ul Haq. He says, hello sir, how out of these solutions, which solution will be feasible on 2G network?
Which solution will be, say again?
Which solution will be feasible on 2G network? Although I'll be covering this 2G network scene, but if you have anything, you can
just details to you. But quickly, I covered quickly that if video is a concern, that we can exchange our material through audio. So this is from the video to an audio. It is a big change in terms of the bandwidth required. So that can be one option. So, or you record low resolution videos. So this is.
Okay. You're having a lot of questions here, like Dr. Amitabh Sinha. Most of the free platform are allow only limited time